7:34. Oh, my dog's upstairs.
Oh.
Wait, why not?
Yeah, we lost our tab.
Just kidding. Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, this meeting will now come to order. Would anyone like to utilize open forum at this time? Jude, come on.
Hello everybody. Firstly, I'd like to say I'm having to redo the entire speech because the first recording of this was not saved. Another thing, at the end of this, I will get onto some of the updates I've had with getting this built and the progress I've made. So I'll just restart the speech. It won't be as fire and brimstone as the last one, but I hope you enjoy it nonetheless. So to start off, for over a year, I've been working on improving Auburn and giving back to the artists that have always given to me. As you may know, I've been trying to repair this space behind Foy. It is honestly just in disrepair. It has no ADA accessibility, it has nothing of the sort. There's a bunch of wear and tear in the space, you have water damage, you have leaky pipes, all the bricks are being turned up, and it's just an overall horrible space to be in. It doesn't have anywhere to sit, there's no traffic in it because there's really nothing there. And what I've done for over a year is try to improve that. Try and build something that can be given to the artists of Auburn. This is my rendition of the space. It is a fully new and revamped version, including a ramp on the side for ADA accessibility, connected to a ramp that is adjacent to Ross Hall. The wall on the left, that is a 15 by 50 foot wall. It could fit at least 100 artworks, and that's 100 chances a student here at Auburn gets for exposure. That an artist gets a chance. And then we move on to the year's best artworks. I'm currently working with the Circle to get those certified, and a system to where they would select the artworks and then have a circle stamp, kind of best of the year in the respective categories. This space also includes areas for statues and many different things. My favorite part, besides this kind of Pander's palette shaped seating, is these paint tubes. Of course, they are metal mesh structures that kind of shoot out paint over you that you can sit under. I just really enjoy this space. As you can see, I have some of the renderings of what this would look like. The wall on the left, the things will be encased in shadow boxes. So they won't get any exposure to the elements, so of course enlarged in these photos. But all the materials I have looked at, I have looked at the cost of this, I've looked at a lot of things. And to go on to cost, it is not the high prediction I had last time. It would be around 100,000, 200,000, maybe 250,000. It depends on how much that we have to take out due to the sewage system beneath it being kind of broken. As you can see, you have top-down view here, and then I just have more kind of explanatory kinds of things where there will be pleasure boxes, you have breakdowns in funding and cost. Of course, not the full breakdown of cost, as I've only done an estimation, but these are just some of the fundings. This is an outdated form. It says around 1 million, it's not. Of course, you have the fundraising ideas that I had, and of course, you have the end. Now we get on to new renditions. I had to keep getting up in time, but currently I'm working with the Circle. I will be tabling on Thursday and Friday to get signatures for this space and petition for it to be built. I've recently been working with Colin to try and get it moving. He mentioned it to facilities, and they have denied the project. It has been a year's worth of work, but we hope that it still may continue through petitioning. I truly believe in this space and the artists that may make it true, and I have tried to address all the concerns that I've made through surveying, and if anyone still has any concerns, you may approach me after this, just talk to me about it, but I'm still trying to petition to get this built. That's really all I have to say. Thank you all.
Thanks, Jude. Would anybody else like to utilize open forum at this time? Seeing none, we will now go into the approval of the minutes. The minutes were sent out electronically last Tuesday. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Seeing there are none, the minutes are now marked as approved and corrected. We will now move into reports from our officers, beginning with the president.
Hey y'all, how was Easter? Good. Well, we're eager for that. Okay, I was not here last week. I'm sorry. We had the AU 250 event with Condoleezza Rice, which was electric. She's great. She did a great job. Yeah? Yeah. It was great. So that's where I was last week. So some of this stuff is from the week before. Met with President Roberts. We talked about housing stuff. So I had a question about housing 2 weeks ago. New question about housing. Who lived off campus freshman year and had an unusually tough time finding housing because, this is going to be a niche question, because you were so late to the game? Does everyone understand what I'm asking? All right, raise your hand if that applied to you. Okay, this is crazy. You think it's going to, yeah, one in the back. Okay, well, that's good to know. We will continue to get feedback on that. Because housing is something Dr. Roberts is very concerned about, especially incoming housing, because it's the face of Auburn to our freshmen. They're the newest people coming to Auburn. We want them to have the best experience with housing and not have a bad experience freshman year. So that is something that we were talking about. Richmond Glenn is the chief of staff. He's the Jackson Green for the university, and he's great. We talked to him about some improvements with the baseball field, and we are getting speakers out in the outfield with the deck, so that's good. Let's go. Security, talked with Kevin Robinson. Two of our biggest exec goals, they've not been approved, or we've not finalized them yet, but most likely two of our biggest exec goals will be due with security in the security realm, so we'll be having a lot of conversations with him about that. More to come. Facilities, Colin and I met with facilities this week. It was great. We'll probably talk about that more. Okay. Lily and I are in the Haley renovations steering committee. We have that tomorrow. So if y'all have any ideas, no one's come up to me after, and I know that y'all have ideas about the Haley Center. So somebody come up to me after and give me an idea. Because we have ideas, but we want to hear y'all's ideas too. With the Haley Center, because that's tomorrow. Speak now or speak after. Speak next time. Jimmy Sanford, he is the pro temp of the board. I'm meeting with him Wednesday, and that'll be great. He's, one of the guys that has the most ability to get things done on Auburn's campus. So he's everybody's boss pretty much. So meeting with him, and that'd be great. All right, thank y'all. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Now a report from our treasurer.
Hey guys, how are you feeling?
Good.
Golly, it's brutal. Okay, yeah, happy late Easter here. Electric weekend, hope y'all's was good. Yeah, this is all I got. Final hearings on Thursday, y'all know that. So, yeah, anyway, I hope you guys have an electric week.
Thank you.
Right.
Now for outreach.
Hey y'all, happy Monday. So last week, Mackenzie Sturry went to Montgomery actually, and I think she had a pretty good time. And then we've got another shadowing this week with Dr. Bose. I had a meeting this past week on International Housing Survey. Basically, there was just like kind of a lot of feedback and results on international students having a hard time in the summer and with Tiger Transit and with housing accessibility. So we're just gonna kind of try to be working with them on that and maybe updating the housing website and making an international student link specifically for international students with maybe videos and just more detailed information for them to understand. City Council this week will be tomorrow. Auburn now, they're voting on if the chamber can build their new chamber. That applies to anybody. Auburn Now Commerce Association, we've been working with them on getting a discount for the ring night. Already Behind the Glass has opted in, and New Realm Brewery for giving discounts to students that get their Auburn rings on Thursday, April 23rd, I believe. And then graduate international students for the event and international Oh, I've got this week. Basically, with Iran, it's pretty hard to get home for some of these international students, so there's just this event to kind of better inform them. So I'm just going to see if SGA can better help them. So y'all let me know if y'all have any ideas on any of this stuff, and if we can collaborate at all.
Thank you. Now for student staff.
Hey guys, so we had our first cabinet today right before this meeting, which is really exciting. And that is pending Senate approval. We have our entire cabinet, so we selected our directors on Thursday night. The email went out Friday, informing them that they got their positions. Cabinet retreat is gonna be this Saturday, and that'll be from 9 to 11. And then also something to put on y'all's radar, we have our professional headshots that are gonna be from 4:30 to 6 before cabinet next week. We'd love for y'all to be there. We're gonna take our full SGA picture as well.
Yeah.
Y'all should be there for a good photo. I'll tell you.
Everybody show up.
Get your picture taken, it's a lot of fun. I almost stumbled over my words there. Dining, yeah, so just working on some smaller goals until we get exact goals hitting the ground, but first thing is beverage cart. So dining has gotten a beverage cart, and basically like one of those things like on golf courses, and then it's gonna have kind of whatever we want in it. So like what Glenn was saying, like protein bars, electrolytes, those different things. But wanted to get y'all's feedback on what y'all first think should be in them, and then second, where they should be. So y'all fire off. Cole?
Snickers.
Okay.
Fire.
Anyone else?
Peanut butter M&Ms.
Hold up. You said Winchester?
Peanut butter M&Ms.
Peanut butter, I agree. Anything else?
Can we see like energy drinks and for an idea of like the Roosevelt or Thatch concourse? Are they all that deal?
Okay, anyone else? Cole?
Miss Vicky's chips.
Anyone else?
I think some healthy options like veggies or protein or hummus.
Got it. Anything else?
Beef jerky.
No, not yet.
Anybody say water?
Well, they're not, this is just like ideas, like there's gonna be the normal things, but was there someone say something over here?
Beef jerky.
All right, we got a large selection here. All right, well, we're gonna end with that.
We're already got 5 miles, right?
Energy drinks. Yes, that falls into that category. If you have any other ideas, feel free to reach out to me. And then canteen vending machines, so we just like renewed our contract with vending. It's still under the same company, but kind of off to another path. But so you'll start to see new vending machines around campus. And yeah, if y'all have ideas, like different themes and whatnot of what y'all want to be in there as well. I think they're just gonna start in the education building and kind of spread throughout. They're not all gonna change at once. So yeah, if y'all have if y'all see them and y'all want different things in them or different things like that, just feel free to text me or come up to me or whatever and send it, or after send or whatever. Library C-store. So this is another thing that Glenn has mentioned to the library dean, but then also it's kind of something that we're gonna have to push. So everyone's thoughts on, I know there's kind of like a smaller store in the library on the first floor, like across from the Panera. Is this even working? Hello? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, but he was looking at another spot on the second floor. It would be like a C-store that's kind of what's downstairs. So a lot more things, better options. Thoughts on, do y'all like that, not like it, something else? Giles?
Is the store downstairs still active?
I'm not, I think, yeah, so I haven't been over there in forever, but to your point, exactly. Yes, so It would be that on steroids, is what, there's a larger space upstairs. And the library dean is kind of like, eh. So if we actually show that there's like student support behind that, I think that would go a lot further than just Glenn saying, hey, we should do this. So,
Would it also be open 24/7?
that's something like, I don't know if it would be, Glenn hasn't gotten that far on if it would be something like under the edge right now, or if it would be a C-store like it's in the student center. But we can figure that out. Those are all very expensive just because of all the sensors and things like that. But, yeah.
Where are the vendors' cards at?
That's the thing, he wants to know like high traffic areas, things like that, where y'all haven't seen things, or like where y'all want more snacks, those types of things. So that's some feedback, what's in it and where they should be as well.
And then payment options for the beverage card, Tiger card?
Yes, Tiger's card.
I think around Miller Hall, that'd be a good spot.
All right, facilities, yeah, Willis and I had a meeting on Thursday, we have our monthly lunch, Thursday's the beginning of the month. And so that was awesome. Wire Road is in effect, it should be done in July, right, Willis?
July.
Yeah, it'll be Wire Road, so that, right by the softball fields, there's gonna be that sidewalk, they're putting that in right now. So that took a long time to get going, but yeah, that's in effect, and then.
It took 7 years.
Yeah, it took 7 years.
7 SGAs.
So,
Maybe more.
yeah,
And a resolution.
yeah, so, and it had to go through, it was a grant, there's a whole thing of why it took so long, but yeah, that's in effect and gonna be done here soon. And then hopefully Willis and I will be able to work on a master plan. We're working on, the facility's working on updating their master plan, so basically what the university will look like in the next 10 years. So kind of having some student input on that as well. And then, yeah, if y'all have any like small things, like service reports that like, oh, there's a loose brick or there's paint chipped or whatnot, just send them, if you go to the facility's website, or you can text 334-844-HELP. I know I probably should put that on there. But it's on the website, it's really easy to find. And then, yeah, oh yeah, I'm coming up with Mackenzie and family president Pauline. We are going to be meeting with the people like Glenn and Adam for the vintage renovation, kind of some artwork and things in there this week. But yeah, and I have updates on the tasting for the Under the Edge. So if y'all want to go, we can only take 10 people, and it's going to be split between exec here and cabinet. So if y'all want to, I know I've had a lot of people interested, so sadly not everyone's going to be able to go, but I still want to get as many of y'all as I can. So feel free to text me. That's going to be on April 21st from 2 to 3 p.m. So if you're free and really want to go, reach out to me, and I will get Glenn a list. Yeah, sorry I was kind of rambling on, but that's all I've got. Hope y'all have an awesome week.
Thank you. We're gonna have one more note for us.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't, I meant to put it up there. Okay, earlier today, I had the shared governance group that meets with senior leadership at Auburn. So that's President Roberts, Benny Nathan, Bobby Woodard, Rich McGlenn, etc. And so what shared governance group is, that's where we have our voice. So we have SGA. I just thought I'd explain this just so you all have an understanding of shared governance on a broad scale. So SGA is one shared governance of the 4 on campus. So A&P, Administrative and Professional Assembly, University Senate, that's faculty, that's like all your professors, and then Staff Council. Those are the 4 shared governance groups. We are one of those at the table, so I sit there and share things that are going on, and then also tell them, like, advocate for us if they are saying stuff, and it's like, oh, no, like, that would affect us in this way. Just thought I'd let y'all understand, like, let y'all know that, because I definitely didn't understand that even maybe 3 weeks ago. So, thought that'd be helpful for y'all since y'all are senators. But yeah, that's, I yield my time back.
Thank you. Now we'll move into reports from our committees, beginning with academic affairs.
Jones
engineering. Hope y'all had a good weekend. I had a meeting with Letty Cox on Thursday to discuss some academic affairs projects and some feedback she was hoping to get on a couple of apps. I believe one was Up Ahead, and I can't remember what the other name of it is. I'll send it in a group date if y'all want to check them out and give me any feedback on that. Our committee did a great job with benchmarking report. We're compiling that and planning on having some meetings with Dr. Ali in the Video Center and with Ms. Huff in the Provost office over the next couple weeks. And we're doing some more research on the scholastic side of that. Thanks.
Thank you. Now for AEO.
Story AEO. So I first wanted to just say that we're doing some benchmarking right now for printing services and then also like food insecurity on other campuses and just seeing like what those resources are and policies. The second thing I kind of wanted to quickly mention is that the wheelchair basketball team won at national. Woo! I just wanted to read this really quickly. Right. The Alabama men's team has been a powerhouse in the sport, winning 4 national championships starting in 2013 and continuing. For Auburn, it was a chance to win its first ever title in program history, and the Tigers were up to the task on Saturday, preventing the Crimson Tide from winning their 5th crown. So, anyways, I just wanted to mention that.
Very good. Thank you. Woo! Now for budget and finance.
Bolton CLA. Yeah, so like Jackson said, we have our final budget hearings on Thursday, and so yeah, that's when we kind of do the full allocation for fall 2026 of student activity fee money. And Charlotte went ahead and made these awesome binders for us, complete with all the information we need for Thursday night. It'll be from 5 till however long it takes, in Louder 124. So if you're interested, please come by. It's a really cool look into kind of the behind the scenes of the money flow of student organizations. One more thing. Actually, I think that's it. All right, thank you guys. War Eagle.
Now for code of laws.
Long CLA to report.
Now for student affairs.
Hey, Jones Nursing. Hope you guys had a good Easter weekend and happy Masters Week to all who celebrate. Yeah, so last Friday, Victoria and I met with Dr. Thomas, who's the Dean of COSAM. It was an awesome meeting. He's so fun to meet with, super smart guy. But just to kind of recap, we brought up the SGA lobby and kind of the lack of seating in there. So students will show up 10-15 minutes early for class. They notice it, they sit on the ground, pretty gross. So we brought that up to him. We also brought up the problem about how there are no printers in the Science Center laboratory. And for anyone that's taken any of these classes, you have to print a ton of papers. So that's kind of something we brought up to him. And he said that he's got a lot of feedback about that. So he was already aware of that. Afterwards, Dr. Thomas met with building managers and asked them to coordinate with facilities to get kind of a preliminary, can't speak today, cost for kind of how much these benches would cost. And it is a lot more expensive than we thought. But he's going to kind of tie this into his bigger agenda of replacing a lot of the furniture in these COSAM buildings. So that's that. And then, so yeah, he's also having the high chairs and the benches and the SEC reviewed. And he's going to include that in his estimate. After that, he spoke with the Director of Advancement, Mr. Holly, who is really excited to present this as a funding opportunity, like I said, to upgrade other furniture. So he's going to bring that to the COSAM Buildings and Leadership Council, which is made up of COSAM alumni and some of their bigger donors, if you didn't know. And then Victoria made these 2 great slides for this presentation that he's going to next week, which we timed it up perfectly. There's going to be a lot of donors and deans and other big people from Auburn and around the country that are going to be at this meeting. And we gave them 2 slides. One slide is going to have all these pictures of students sitting on the floor. And the second slide is we used AI to take benches from the SEC and put them into the SCA, and it looks way too real. It's terrifying. So we're presenting that. We're going to get a lot of feedback from that, hopefully. And then last thing is he said the budget director was out of office, and he'll follow up on Monday regarding the printers discussed. So if you have any questions, I know I just kind of ran for a second. Approach me in Victoria. Anything else? Yeah, very cool.
Now for a report from our executive session.
Appreciate at large. Hope everyone's doing well. Attendance is published on Canvas, and the password is champs. In respect of the fact that we won not only NIT, but probably the bigger basketball championship, wheelchair basketball. That was awesome. So champs all lowercase. Last week we had a little bit of trouble with some of the attendance not working for people, and if you're not able to complete that, please let me know before I leave the room by the meeting, so I can make sure to not give you an absence. I would like to know that. Coming up, we have a future order coming through about office hours, and right now I'm making a presentation to kind of show y'all what a good office hour will look like. So after the bill is presented, I would like to hear feedback about any questions that y'all might have about office hours in regards to the new policy. That's all for me. Thank you.
Is everyone good on attendance? Okay. Thank you, Trent. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. I was looking back at my email and Glenn said 2 or 3, not 2 to 3. So we're going to figure out a time, and for those of y'all that want to go, I'll let you know. But it's looking like 3 p.m. But yeah, sorry.
We will send that in the group. Keep going. Okay, we are going to move into reports from our liaisons, beginning with Honors Congress.
Keegan, honors report.
Thank you. Next in order are current orders of business, beginning with PSSB 26033001. This bill is brought to you by Senators Huey and Sturry.
Huey at large, I move to pass the bill as written. I ask approval of the following.
Okay. Is there a second? Is there any debate? Okay, seeing there is no further debate, we will move into a vote on canvas. Okay, seeing the ayes have it, this bill has been adopted. Next in order is current order of business PSSB 26033002. This bill is brought to you by Senator Long.
Long CLA, hey guys, this is the ADP bill from last week. I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second?
Second.
It is moved and seconded to adopt the bill just read. Is there any debate? Okay, seeing no debate, we move into a vote on canvas. Okay, the ayes have it, and this bill has been adopted. Next in order are future orders of business, beginning with PSSB 26040601.
Baldwin Pharmacy. I'm asking for the approval of the following. This is the College of Liberal Arts Student Council Constitution. They changed a little bit of wording, changed their office hours.
All right, are there any questions on this future order? Okay, thank you. We're moving on to future order of business PSSB 26040602.
Party business. Hey, I'm Kate, if you haven't met yet, by the way. This is the College of Human Sciences Executive Student Council Constitution. Ask for the approval of the following. They fixed what looked like 2 typos and removed one of the requirements.
Are there any questions on this future order? Okay, thank you. Next in order is future order of business PSSB 26040603.
Long CLA. This is going to be this homecoming timeline, and I move to make this a current order.
Okay, a motion has been made to move this into our current order of business. Is there a second? Is there any debate? Okay, we're voting. Yes, Jen?
Does this differ from the normal timeline, or is
No, it's different this year because normally they only have 3 weeks, but this week they're going to have 4 weeks to prepare for the campaign.
so that's between the campaign registration and the formal campaign?
Correct. Correct. Right. I'm looking at Jenny Tate. Is Jenny Tate in the back? Jenny Tate, I yield my time to Jenny Tate if you want to say anything. Does anybody have any more questions about this?
Jenny Tate, do you just want to explain to them?
This is so cool. Okay, hey, well, I'm Jenny Tate, I'm the Executive Director of Elections. So essentially what this is per the code, I have to have 4 dates approved by y'all to move forward, and we plan on having a top 20 nominees for Miss Homecoming by summer. Right now, our tentative date for interviews is going to be the 22nd, which is why we want these closing, because you have to have our nominations approved by y'all, or the closing date for that. We want that closed on the 21st for that reason. The reason it's at 12 is so that gives us enough time to do a grade check, and nobody's going to be caught off guard if they don't meet the criteria and then they can't come to the interview the next day. So enough flexibility there since everybody chooses to wait until the last day to turn in their nominations, which is totally okay, but taking it back into consideration, we are doing our, we're doing our top 5 call-outs are going to be on Tuesday, August 18th. So we're doing campaign registration, we do the next day at noon. So that gives them enough time to do that, because we're going to call out that Tuesday night. They'll have to do the next day. Campaign registration is really easy because they literally just, it's the candidate and their campaign manager, and I can promise you they'll have a CM by the next day at noon. So we'll be able to do that. That gives them a whole extra week because homecoming is later this year.
So that gives them an extra week gap time in between orientation all the way until they're gonna have to start submitting stuff, which is great because they're not gonna have to pay more shipping. And then that actually gives them more time to build campaigns and nobody's gonna have to build everything in 3 weeks. So a little bit more flexibility, and then the last 2 dates are strictly just because that is what it says in the code and that's when they have to be. Because homecoming is the 26th, voting day has to be the 25th, and then kickoff has to be that Wednesday at 3 p.m. So, or Tuesday at 3 p.m. Sorry. So that's all strictly exactly like the code. If that makes sense.
Okay, are there any further questions? Okay, let's vote to move this to a current order, and then we'll ask more questions. Okay. So, all voting in favor of moving this to a current order, raise your hand. Okay, it has been moved to a current order. So now,
Can I ask for approval of the following? See if I have any questions.
yes.
I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? Okay, is there any other questions or debate?
Ben's Engineering, I saw you wanted to change the budget structure for elections. Is anything changing with that?
Not as part of this bill. This would strictly just be for dates. If you were to ask me my personal goals, I hope you'll see me again to talk about that, but not anything to do with this right now.
Okay, are there any further questions? Okay, now we're going to move into a hand vote. So all in favor of passing this bill, raise your hand. Or say aye. Okay, and for no? Okay, this bill has been adopted. Thank you, John Logan. Here. Next in order is future order of business 26040604, presented to you by Senator Burchett.
Burchett at large, ask for approval of the following. This is the new definition of office hours. It is constituted by a involvement hour, which is essentially you will be required to attend an organization outside your current affiliation to gather feedback by engaging with their members. And a feedback hour, which is the same purpose as an office hour last year, where you go to your respective college to engage with your constituents and get direct feedback from them.
Okay, are there any questions on this future order?
Yes.
Do we go every week?
Yeah, it'll be a weekly occurrence.
Do you just mean outside of like Senate? So can we go to like, does that count for like capital things as well?
So I'm gonna highlight everything that would be an acceptable involvement or acceptable involvement hour in the presentation, but it's defined by something outside your current affiliation. So you can't attend anything that you're affiliated with, and that does not include cabinet. Right.
Yes, at this time. The goal is to help you get out of your comfort zone and also just learn about the other organizations. So obviously Academy would love to have you, but the purpose of this is to kind of expand our office hour and involvement hours into things that y'all don't already go to on a weekly basis, to help you just like learn about what's going on around you and not just what we're doing in SGA. Does that help? Okay, are there any other questions?
If I'm having a really busy week and can't make it to another organization, how many absences will that count as?
Yeah, it's just it's a 1/3 absence. If you miss an involvement hour or a feedback hour, it would be one third each. So, but the premise of this is to, in the old code, the timelines were a lot more strict. You had to have a set day and time to attend every week, and this is a little more freeing as you can accomplish it at any point. Throughout the week.
I'm still kind of confused on like where we like we meet, like that's just like we kind of have more.
For your feedback or for the feedback hour?
Or both.
Okay, yeah, so the feedback hour is defined by in a public space in your college. So if your business louder, Starbucks would be a great option.
How do our constituents gonna know like where we meet? We like send email out?
signature presence, and then that will also be in the presentation, different ways like signage or, but just mainly being public and having that signage would be the way they would there.
Judge Engineering, would there be a way for like the SGA Instagram to post where offers are or something like that, so people can find us for us?
Yeah, I'd have to talk to Mr. Green about that, but considering the flexibility, if you wanted to have a set time of day, I'm sure that could be something you could do, but.
Are there any further questions? Okay, thank you. Next in order is future order of business 26040605, presented to you by Senator Dorsham.
Dorshak, CLA, I ask for the approval of the following. This is just to confirm our CADC senators and put them on their respective committees.
Are there any questions on this future order? Okay, thank you. Okay, moving into announcements for me. I think it's just regular stuff. 16 emails with your committees, and then we have, like Jackson mentioned earlier, SGA photos next week at 4:30, 5:30?
4:30 to 6.
From 4:30 to 6, and I think we're gonna take the group picture at the end. So you should really be there to be in the SGA group photos since y'all are on SGA. We'd just love to have you there. And also if you need a headshot just for life or anything, also for the SGA website, Instagram, I believe, website, there'll be headshots taken there. So you all should be there sometime between 4:30 and 6. And then, like Trey just talked about, some changes with office hours. We'll have a presentation for y'all, and your questions are great because that will help us be like really clear next week when we present those. So still be thinking about it, and if you have any more questions, you're welcome to text me or Trey. That's all. So it's now 8:16, and this meeting is now adjourned.